Hello, all you wonderful people. Today I figured it'd be fun to flip through my 8th newest sketchbook, so let's get into it, shall we? Before any of you ask, this is the Daler Aroundy sketchbook. It's kind of scratched off here, but it's that. So starting off with the cover page, we have the cover page. I decided to do something different and actually draw the cover page on the cover, but I didn't really like it as much as I thought I would, so I didn't do it for the rest of my sketchbook. So there's that little fluffy thing, but you know. And here's just some watercolor swatches just to see how they react to the paper. So here we have the first spread of the sketchbook. As you can see, I was still pretty stiff with the sketchbook because it was still really nice that I didn't really want to ruin it just yet with my terrible art. But you know, as you can see, everything's kind of pristine and finished here. Later on, I tried to make it look more messy and actually like a sketchbook because that's what sketchbooks are for. But I tried my best, you know. So here's that. And here's some of my character sketches for a story in my head. I actually didn't get to do this yet because I feel like it's not technically fully developed yet, and like the character isn't technically fully developed yet, so I didn't do anything with it yet. So, and I think this is a cool idea, like her hair kind of transitioned from hair to snakes because she's like a Medusa thing, but you know, that's just an idea. And here we have a self-portrait of moi because that day I went out with my friends and I actually really liked the outfit that I picked that day, so I drew it. And kind of like the meet the artist type of thing, so that's what's going on here. And here's just some landscape studies. And here we're starting getting into the fandom side of the sketchbook, and just a warning, you're gonna see a lot of fandoms, One Piece included, in this sketchbook, so here's just like a fair warning. Yeah, proceed with caution. So here is just some One Piece sketches of my favorite boy Luffy, and I think this was inspired by a tweet on Twitter that kind of looks like a keychain or something, and I really like that look, so I kind of incorporate it in this piece, I guess, just to make it look kind of like fun and colorful and all this, like it looks kind of like a keychain, like, you know, it looks cool. And I think here I was inspired by the Japanese tradition, so I drew kimonos and probably practicing clothing, like the wrinkles in the clothing, because they are hard to draw. And here is Monet. I think I was going for like a vintage style because I was trying to tint everything. Once again, still pretty stiff with the sketchbook. Everything kind of looks finished, and I try to add like these little things just to make the sketchbook look cool, but later on you will see that I kind of gave up on that, but yeah. And this was a little thing I did with my friend. It's called Fandom Swap, where we switched fandoms pretty much, and we only did it for 2 days because it was kind of torture because neither of us really wanted to draw each other's fandoms as much, but I still put effort in this, and I really like how this turned out, even though I wasn't a fan of Steven Universe. Still isn't. Don't come for me, please. But you know, yeah. And here's just some more One Piece sketches, and I kind of paste everything on here, so you know, make it look cool. Just like an aesthetic kind of thing, but yeah. And here's another character that I came up with, is Oliver's cousin or little sister or something, but she doesn't technically fit that category, but so I made this, and it's kind of like a character design. Wasn't really proud of this page, but I really like this page, so it's nice and sketchy, and I like it. Here, I finished watching Wreck-It Ralph, the second one. It was actually really good, but not as good as the first one. I still really like the first one, but the character designs there, literally gold. So, yeah. And here's just some more weird sketches. I think I messed up here and I pasted something on here just to cover up my mistakes. It's actually peeling off. I'm gonna have to glue that back on. This is just kind of like a mess page that I didn't really like. And this is another character that I came up with. Yeah, she's just, you know, typical teenage girl, just random girls. Also another character that I came up with, like at this time I think I was really creative with characters, but like I don't have that mentality anymore. I just kind of miss creating characters just for the sake of making a character, you know? But I really miss that. So I made this. I think this was inspired by Steven Universe, just like a tad bit. But, and here's just some background studies. This right here is actually a planning thing that I did for my One Piece cosplay, and it didn't really look as good, but you know, it was my first cosplay prop that I made, and I was really proud of it. And so just kind of made like a little planning here. It wasn't really the best thing, but you know, I think it was cool. Here's some more One Piece sketches. Here was Ace's birthday, which is New Year's, like the 1st of January, so gotta do something for that because he's a sweet cinnamon roll. So do something for that, and I put a lot of effort in that, so I really like it. I really like how the hair looked because like it's not technically full on black, it's still kind of like a warm brown, so I really like how that looked. Here for once I was just sketching, and I really like how it looked, so I just kind of went with it, and this kind of just pooped out of it, so I still like that. I like how I just sketch and it just happens, you know? And here's just some 2019 resolutions, and honestly, I didn't technically complete it per se, but I did finish the sketchbook, so we good. And here is some more of my 2 characters, just to see how much I can make them look different, and some hand studies, and Oliver, because I was just doodling, and I like that, so I just kind of glued it in. And this one is after watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it was so good. So I drew Miles and just like a bunch of Spider-Man poses. I think this was online, but a few of these actually are from my head. So yeah, and I actually got this postcard from the movie theater, which is really cool. This happened on my last year of school. I was the drum major for like kind of like a sports thing that my school has, and so I just went for it, and I was like, why the heck not? So just do that. And here's my experience on it. If you want to read that, that's fine, but it's kind of personal, so like don't. Here's like a One Piece mashup page. I don't know, I just glued a bunch of stuff in here. And this I think is where I tried my second attempt on the backgrounds thing that I have, and people kept saying that this looked really good, and I was really proud of this, but now that I look at it, it looks kind of muddy and there's not much contrast going on here, which is what I was going for, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was, so I was like meh with that. And her face looks so weird, so here's just some more sketches. More sketches. I try to mash everything up and try not to do a lot of One Piece and just kind of incorporate other things. So there's that, and here's like, and as you can see down here, that's actually me in like a little dress I have when I was a kid. I actually have a little dress, and I freaking loved it as a kid, and I still have pictures. Maybe I'll post it up here somewhere, but who knows? Maybe I'm like way too conscious to not post it. And here's just another illustration I did for a video, for a Sketch With Me video, and that was like a long time ago, even though it didn't feel as long ago, but that was like long ago. Not technically that long, but you know, still long. This was like a random comic I came up when I was in class, and I was just like, this is the perfect thing. I've been wanting to do something like this for ages, and so I did. And here I think I was going for like a boxer type character, kind of inspired off of her, but it didn't really go anywhere after that. And here is just some of my characters. I try to separate them like with faces and personalities and something like that. I'm not good at making characters. That's like a statement, but you know. And this actually got off the Movie Wallet store in Thailand, and I don't know why, but I decided to shove them in here because they're cool, and I don't want to throw them away because like, look at it, it's cool. So shove them in there. And this is Sabo and Shanks. Threw a little bit of Sanji in there, and this is more Sanji. And I really like how this page looks because like all the primary colors, and so I like that. Keeping in theme with the colors from here, I did red, blue, yellow, and I decided to shove green in there. She's like, I don't know, but there's Monette. Wasn't really as proud of this, but I like how the poses turned out. And here I was trying to do skin turns, like skin turns on, what is this thing called? Toned paper, yeah. Didn't really work out. There's not much contrast going on here, and I'm still practicing with that. And I think my latest effort turned out way better, so I'm really proud of that. There's just some cat sketches. More sketches. Just like a random lady and my character Claire. She's like cutesy. But here is me at Japan Expo, and I was cosplaying as Trafalgar Law. I don't think I can say his name right. Trafalgar Law. But yeah, and that's what I used the sword for, and I really am happy with that day because that sword, man, it was a lot of fun holding around. Just like, hey, look at my sword, something like that. And here's just my experience on that. I wrote like a long paragraph on that, but more One Piece sketches, Tiger sketches. I think at this point I was like super loose and I just gave up on everything, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna sketch with this freaking pen. I think the pen was from Muji or something. It was this pen, and so I just kind of sketched along, even though this wasn't technically meant for sketching, but I just sketch along and see what happens. And I didn't like this page because I thought it was like a mess, and it looks terrible. But you know, that's what happens with sketchbooks. It's just, there's a lot of ups and downs. This is like another character that I came up with. More One Piece sketches. This is like him in a little dress, I think was in the film of some sort. So yeah. For some reason, my purple refill lead, like the pencil, turned pink over time. I don't know why that happened, but like it gave like a really cool effect. I wasn't hoping for, but it happened, so can't complain, right? I think it was because like the colors fade over time, so that's what happened. And here's just some weird random sketches that I colored for some reason. I think I was angry at someone here, and I just drew my anger. This, I remember, I was sketching in the dark, and I was at school because my teacher was playing a video or something, and we had all the lights off, and I was drawing, but I couldn't really tell what colors I was picking because I was using my watercolors, and I was kind of mixing in the dark, which is a red flag because I don't know which color is happening. And so when they turn on the lights, this just looked completely different. I really like this, but I like it better when it's in the dark. So let's just like turn off the lights or something and just look at this page. So just, yeah. And this, I came back from watching Escape Room, and I really like that movie. Considering how creepy and messed up it is, I love it. And I've been watching it a lot lately, so good movie. I like it. And here, I'm pretty sure I was at my cousin's house, and I was just drawing on their couch and not paying attention to what's going on around me. Like, they were talking, like the adults were talking, and I was just sitting here listening, kind of eavesdropping a little bit, and just kind of drawing. And I was drawing the Heathers, and I really like how that looked. I really like how Heather Duke turned out. She's probably my favorite out of this trio, but you know, they're cool. Maybe I would redraw this in the future. Movie tickets, and this random girl I decided to redraw from my older sketchbooks. More sketches. Again, I was angry at a teacher at my school, so I drew out my anger. And yeah, more One Piece sketches. This was Valentine's Day, so it was really weird because my school has this like weird thing where when it was Valentine's Day, all of the senior kids would just get flowers, teddy bears, chocolate, etc., whatever you give to your lover on Valentine's Day, and they just give it to their lovers, quote unquote, in the middle of like the hallway. So like they tell everybody like, hey, look, we're together now or something. It was annoying, really, but it happened literally every year. I can't stop it, but like, you know. And There's also this tradition in my school where we go around giving each other sticker hearts, and I just took the stickers and just paste them in the sketchbook. More male anatomy studies, because I know I'm not good at drawing six-packs, and I really want to get good at drawing six-packs because this boy had abs. So yeah, I pasted something on here. I don't know why. I actually don't remember what happened behind this sketch or this page, but I pasted something on here because I wasn't happy, and yeah, more One Piece sketches, I guess. More One Piece sketches, and I really like how this looked. I drew in ballpoint pen, like sketched in ballpoint pen, and just kind of went over with Copics. It made this really weird effect. The ballpoint pen kind of bled, but I really like it. The effects are cool. And plus, I really like the Sulong version of Carrot. She's like really cute. So more One Piece sketches. I'm not gonna talk more about that, but I really like him. So yeah, more sketches. I was inspired by drawing with waffles, I'm pretty sure. Like this particular. Yeah, and this kind of just birthed out of it. Sketches, random ladies. This kind of looked like Thor, Veronica Sawyer. More sketches. I wasn't really happy with this page, but I decided to, move on. There's a lot more pages to fill. More random ladies and a background that I found online and just kind of copied. And here, I finished 9th grade and I was moving on to a different school, so I kind of just pasted my face onto the sketchbook just for, happy memories. And here, I watched Alita Battle Angel. It was good. I wanted to make like a little Pet Shop custom of Alita Battle Angel, but like never got the chance to do it. So I think I failed. If you recognize on my Instagram, I did fail this page, so I covered it with like a different type of paper, and it's like really thick now. So there's that. More One Piece sketches. I'm pretty sure this was Sanji's birthday. More One Piece sketches, and here we get into the Transformers part of the sketchbook. The rest are probably Transformers. I think there's little to no One Piece after this, but like a lot of fandom stuff in here. So I went to, I don't remember where I went. Was it Europe? No, it wasn't Europe. Where did I went? Hong Kong. Yeah, there we go. I went to Hong Kong, and on the way there, I was watching Bumblebee because I wanted to, watch the movie because I didn't get a chance to watch it in the theaters, and technically, like, the downloads aren't out yet. So, watch it at the theater or watch it in the plane, and I absolutely loved it. It was the best that I've seen, and I couldn't wait because I didn't finish the movie while I was on the plane, and so I have to wait until we leave to watch it again on the plane, and it was really good. So I really recommend that. I'm pretty sure I can quote everything from the movie by now. Call me weird, but I really like this sketch though. More Bumblebee, but this one is from Transformers Prime. Made a video on this. You guys actually really liked the video. It's like a real-time draw with me video, so I need to do that more, but never got the chance. You know me. After watching Captain Marvel, I drew Captain Marvel. I really like how her face looked because I feel like I captured her pretty well, but still, it's kind of weird. But, I really like Goose. Goose is cute. Here was like a random challenge that was going on around YouTube where you draw 100 heads in 10 days. Yeah, that was the challenge. I only got like day 1. I was just like, nah. So I gave up on that. Here's just going back to watercolor because I feel like I haven't used watercolor in a while, especially like landscape watercolor, so I made that. Really like that. Here's some more random sketches that I decided to color in, and yeah. After I came back from Hong Kong, Disneyland, I got like a bunch of stickers, so I just kind of shoved them in here. And there's like a lot of stuff here. This is what I was talking about, the toned paper thing. I feel like I did it way much better in this one. I liked how it looked. It looked more 3D to me, but I feel like now that I look back, I could do better. here's the, I don't know why I kept this, but it's a Disneyland receipt. Because I feel like the Disneyland receipts are so pretty. Just shove them in there. This is a laser tag thing. And this is the outfits that I wore. And this is like a little trading cards thing that I did for One Piece. Only got to 2 though. Wasn't really good. I was planning on making a video with this, but like failed, you know. Luffy didn't turn out as good, but I really like how Law turned out. I used gouache and acrylics with this one. It looks pretty good, but like, yeah. And here I drew Optimus from Transformers Prime. Like, god dang, I missed that series because I remember watching it as a kid and I didn't like it as much, but now that I watched it, now, piece of art. But yeah, so I drew Optimus. He's pretty hard to draw, not gonna lie, but like, yeah. More Optimus, just experimenting with like different angles. Here I went to a convention with my friend and we cosplay as Kara and Frisk from Undertale, and like, boy did I miss that fandom, but the fandom to me is like crap. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. So yeah. Hand studies, and here are some One Piece cards that I somehow collected from ice cream. Yeah, there's that. And here is just some fish sketches after I went to the beach with my friends, and we went to like an aquarium thing and we drew a bunch of fish. And this one, I think mermaid was approaching, so I drew a mermaid just for fun. And this I went to Cartoon Network Amazon. I went there many times, but it was still a lot of fun. And here I went to the Believe It or Not Center. It was a lot of fun, but it was really scary. For me anyway, because I'm a chicken, but you know. And here is Knockout. Knockout was a lot of fun to draw, especially like his pointy, I don't know, armor, ear thing. I kept calling it like his ear things, but like it's not his ear, you know? So, yeah. And I humanoid him, just like any other fangirl would do. More humanoid Knockout. I like this one, like this little sketch right here, because I incorporate One Piece and Knockout and just kind of merge them together. Like, yeah, I really like this crossover because they're both doctors, and I think that's a cool crossover. And overall, I think this is my favorite spread, or like, it's either my second or my first favorite spread, I don't know, but I really like how the spread looks as a whole. This is more Claire. I decided to turn my character Claire into Heather Duke from Heathers, and I think it suits her pretty well, especially with the green color scheme, because Claire wears a lot of green. Not technically, but you know. And here's just some landscape studies with gouache, because I wanted to do more landscape. I think I was watching Mini Small or something, and I really wanted to do something similar to what she's doing, so there's that. More landscape studies. This one was a pain in the butt to color because everything was just going wrong, and it's bad. Here are some watercolor landscapes I based off of like a color scheme I found on Pinterest. Shoes, because I didn't know how to draw heels. Heels are hard to draw, but like, yeah. More studies. This is where we get into Mermaid, and actually finished, not technically, but finished Mermaid in a sense today, this year, whatever. But you know, it was actually a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. This one is just kind of like a weird art journal page that I made. It was a weird day, but you know, I decided to just paste a lot of things in here just for fun and color. This page didn't turn out as well, and it kind of ripped in a sense, so I just kind of stuck it like that. And here is day 4, more mermaid, and more mermaid. I'm not going to talk much about this stuff because I glossed over a lot of this stuff in my Instagram posts. And this right here is probably my favorite out of all of the mermaids that I've done, because it has the effect that I was going for. It was glowy, it was pink, it's purple. My favorite colors, not technically, but you know, favorite colors overall. And I really like how she looked as a whole. And this got like a lot of likes on Instagram. Like, I was really surprised. So, yeah. More mermaid. I think I took a break off of mermaid and just drew this random spread. And yes, this is probably my #1 favorite spread just because there's like a lot going on and your eye kind of catches different spots of the sketchbook, and I feel like whenever you look at it, you see something kind of different, but maybe that's just me. And yeah, I really like this little section right here. I watched Endgame and it was really cool. Really emotionally wrecked, but it was fun. So yeah. More mermaid stuff. This one I really like the concept of. It was crabs, and so I kind of made this half mermaid, half crab kind of thing, and so this happened. More mermaid, trying to go for something a little more creepier, and then just kind of boot it back to the more fun and happy side. More mermaid. I really like this one. It's kind of like a play on words, but I like it. And when I post this on Instagram, I saw this comment that just made my day. She said she didn't really understand why the mermaid was holding knives until she looked at the title of the prompt, and she's just like, oh. that comment made my day. So like, it was good. This one is kind of like a weird thing I was going through, but I tried to make the coral look like the mermaid tail. As you can see, I don't think you can see it that well, but I did outline the coral so that you would see that it's technically a mermaid tail. It was a really weird concept, and I'm glad I went through with it, but I wasn't really happy with the outcome. Here is some parrot studies for a commission that I did. So she asked me to draw parrots, and I didn't really know how to draw parrots per se. So I did a couple studies before I started on that. I was listening to Hamilton, and so this kind of happened. More One Piece sketches, more character development sketches. I didn't really know what I was going to do with these two. These two kind of just happened. I imagined these two kind of dating, like, you know, girlfriends. But I really like that. And I really like how her skin tone looks. Like, these two are different, but yet again, they connect, you know? So I really like that. And here's just some galaxy. I tried a new galaxy coloring technique, and I really like how that looked. This was, at this point, it was Pride Month, so I decided to draw something for Pride Month here. Didn't really went too far with this. I just kind of want to support it, so I drew this. I really like that, so I like it, really like that. And here we're coming at the end to this sketchbook. Here's the final page. Wasn't really happy with this, but I really like how she looked. And here we came to the end of this sketchbook. Thank you for looking through my sketchbook by Oliver here, because I figured since I started off this sketchbook with Oliver, let's end with him, shall we? And this little pocket I actually made myself because I knew I'm gonna have like a bunch of random paper, so I made this and just kind of drew on it a little bit. So let's see what's in here because I kind of forget. Okay, movie tickets. Let's see, Aladdin. I forgot. Men in Black. There it is. Pokemon, Rocket Man, and this one is Toy Story 4. Watched a lot of movies. This is like a weird galaxy thing that just happens to be in my pocket thing. And this was the base sketch for my parents' commission. So there's that. What's this? Oh yeah, this right here. I was at my parents' office and I made the idea of turning my parents' cars into Transformers. So this is what happened with my dad's car. Didn't really went through with it, but I really like how the concept looked. I really wanted to go through with this, but who knows? This is just like a random Billie Eilish sketch. It wasn't technically Billie Eilish, but the aesthetic kind of just happened. I think these are Billie Eilish sketches, yeah. This one is my attempt on drawing Billie Eilish. She was actually really hard to draw, but you know, I kept going and I really like how these two look. It really captures her, so I really like that. Just keep trying. I didn't really like these because they don't look like her, but I decided to put it in the pocket anyway, just so, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs, like I said, but just sketches, you know? And just wasn't really happy with it, but I decided to keep it anyway. anyways, just so I can learn from my mistakes. Say goodbye to all these movie tickets. And with that, the sketchbook concludes. The sketchbook took me about 8 months to finish, but I think this is my favorite sketchbook up to date, and I'm still trying my best to fill my 9th sketchbook, which is happening, but I'm not gonna show it yet because that's gonna spoil for other video. But you know, yeah, I hope you guys like this video and enjoy me flipping through my 8th sketchbook. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.